Yeah, so it turns out reading tablature is not a task one learns aside from bright parts, which there's no better term for. It's just 6 strings, 6 lines, and then the numbers denote that fret. So yeah, just
I'm gonna sit over here.
yeah, cool. Oh, you don't want to be
Not necessarily, but I also you won't have to turn as much.
No problem.
And next time I think I'll sit over here also because the glare from the light.
That's the chair. I was just figured you were a couch guy. No problem. So hey, we decided to learn some note names. G and C there. Don't do anything right now, please. This is you at home. Interact. It's cool. I have a student theoretically showing up 2 minutes ago.
Oh, don't.
No, we're good. Everything's well. People, it's good. No problem. We're finishing up. So yeah, G and C, A and D. So, the key step is where you just approach it like you're giving yourself a geography test, and instead of thinking about them in sequence each time, just be like, alright, which one was A, which one was D, which one was, and then boom, you know it after 5 minutes, aside from brain farts. Notice which ones you tend to forget, and just go straight after that. Be like, okay, I tend to confuse A and D, this one's A, this one's D, this one's A, this one's D. Great, so you've got a 4-dot geography test. This is the country guitar. There's 4 cities that we decided we're going to learn the names of. And then we decided we'd add 2 more, which is at the 7th fret, right on our dots, B and E here. So then you'd be giving yourself a 6-dot quiz. And there's our note name memorization task. So at a minute and a half in here, we start talking about bar chords, where we realize that you can play every shape everywhere. Every major and minor chord everywhere, just knowing 4 shapes. Group 1, as it's presented on the page, says bar chords, 1 E-shaped chords, and that's, in first position. If I did this with the wrong fingers, just for illustrative purposes, there's E and E minor, which is never something we would actually do in a song unless we were going that fast or something. We want to be able to know. But either way, there they are. And then when I move to G here, I'm just playing, this is G major, sure enough, it is, and then minor, and make it into an E minor. So G sharp minor, there you go. So let's see, flat seemed to do a fight-flight thing for you. G flat, back up 1 as opposed to G minor, or G flat minor. Cool, so G minor is a chord with that's G minor. For the duration. There's no first position way to play it. Great, so just mess with those for a while. And then at about 2:45 in your lesson, what's next on the page is A-shaped bar chords where we're pretending that there's no 6th string. You can fret the 6th string in all these chords and it'll sound okay. But understand that we're getting our orientation on this string for what we're doing. So yeah, A and A minor. So here's C. I'm playing C. And this is the one where, we're not really going to worry about if we're psyched. Though we understand conceptually we're trying to get that note to ring out. What you personally do is you're bending so far like this that you're playing that shape like A. So just wedge it in there. No problem. That one's a brute force thing. And you were in good position pushing down, which is our goal. If I want to make that C minor, not C flat, C minor, I'm just making my A into an A minor. And that's what A minor looks like, right? And you already know B minor. It's in one of your songs or whatever, so you can use that as, this is C, this is B, makes sense. Just kind of piano, clarinet-wise. This is C, this is B, right?
Yes.
Cool, awesome.
Yes.
So B minor, there we go, is a chord you already know, and this is C minor, B major. Great, so there's 4 total shapes, and, I'm just good with it. So what about E flat minor? E flat minor. So just theoretically, however long that would have taken you at home, you could do it. And there it is. So it's a lot of these kind of between the dot chords that don't have first position versions. But hey, check it out. You can play every chord everywhere just by knowing, 6 note names and then 4 shapes. So another thing we talked about is using our first knuckle to fret, the very first one, which means you might feel unnaturally high up there. It's your personal tendency to you want to put your thumb like that when we want to just be flat like that. We did this like put 4 fingers into that position, which that's where you'll naturally end up, and just sort of like take a mental picture of how that looked and try to do minimal movement from there. Though you're in pretty good position right now, aside from that fingernail thing. We're just push down really hard and harm yourself, and it won't feel like it hurts anymore. Elbow position. That's what's making this seem difficult when you're in this part of the fretboard. It's like all off to the side. So, we think about playing guitar on stools and stuff, but I can use my desk chair as like training wheels in theory, though it seems like as soon as you roll around, you personally have an easy time doing that. This is why bar chords probably have felt the easiest around the 5th fret, because that's where you're in this check. So we do actually go across our body when we're going up here, but anyway, there we are. There's us playing guitar versus this, and it doesn't really matter in first position, but then when we get up the neck and have to make these types of shapes, it does. So there you go, there's that part of what you were doing. And so, general assignment, if you get to this point, cool, otherwise no big deal. Take a song of yours and transfer the open chords in the song to bar chords. Not so that you can then play it, just to see it move around. Just be like, okay, my song goes G, C, D. That's like this, and this. Just structurally to see the stuff moving around. So not even suggesting and then play that, because a lot of them wouldn't make sense to play as bar chords probably, because it would just do it down there. And so, yeah, you've been guitar lessoned. Next time, come in like with 2 to 3 songs where, so a couple songs that you think these are good songs that I feel like I've finished and just need to work on nuance of, and then some with like trouble sections and parts where you want to work on. I don't think the bridge. I need a bridge, or I don't know what to do here in this particular section.